Hola, and welcome to another flow. My name is Nicole. I'm going to be leading you through a flow you may find challenging, but please just take it as your body feels at this time. Knowing that our body is always at a different phase, as depending on the time of day, depending on the time of year, the seasons, and all that sort of stuff. So take it easy if you need to. Challenge yourself and do everything if you can. And yeah, see how you go. We're going to start off on our shins. So, in terms of props, you may need a block, but that's totally up to you. If you feel like you can touch your toes and it's accessible, please feel free to use none, but just a mat and yourself. Once you're on your shins, let's bring our palms flat down onto our thighs and just close our eyes for a moment. It's really important to ground ourselves before practice in order to make ourselves familiar with the breath as it's moving in and out of the body. And from now in on out, please use just your nose to breathe in and out. If you need to use your mouth, please don't let it stop you, but otherwise, see if we can just use our nose to breathe deeply in and deeply out. And just continue that breath, seeing if we can relax every parts of the body as we mentally change our focus all the way from the crown of the head down through the body to the tips of the toes. And you can keep your eyes closed and continue in this way. Otherwise, following me to bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, and just start to create little figure eights, just moving the hands around, trying to keep the motion just in the fingers, or the wrists, should I say. And change direction, go the other way. And giving the fingers a shake, let's take the left hand forward. Use your right hand to draw all fingers and thumb in towards you. So the hand is pointing forwards, arm is straight, and you're pulling the fingers in towards you. Change, making the fingers point down towards the floor, and again a stretch of the wrist, drawing the fingers in towards you. Make sure you include the thumb as well. Changing it around, right hand reaches forward, palm facing forward, fingers up. Let's draw the fingers in towards you. And changing it around, fingers pointing down, and again drawing them in. Just hold here for 2. 1, gently release, give them a shake. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. So stretching the left side of the neck, just a tilt of the head. And taking it over to the other side, so left ear, left shoulder. Coming back to center, opening out the throat. Let's tilt the head back. And drawing the chin into the chest, finding a stretch in the back of the neck. Come back to center and then just turn your chin to the left hand side, looking over your left shoulder. See if you can keep the shoulders relaxed as you do. Back through center and over to the right. And finishing up, let's bring ourselves to our hands and knees. Just do a couple of figure eights, moving the body around, maybe integrating the breath as you move forward, breath in, and breath out as you move back. Make sure you move a few figure eights in one direction. And again, you can keep your eyes closed through this and change direction, go the other way. And just a few in that direction. This is just to bring some movement to all parts of the spine, weight to the hands, and moving the legs and hips around. And then eventually coming back to a tabletop. Turn your palms or your hands so your fingers are pointing back towards your knees. Tuck your toes. Use an inhale to gaze up, open up the shoulders. And an exhale, keep the toes tucked. Lift through the knees to hover them just off the floor as you tuck everything in. Knees come down, breath in, open. And as you exhale, tuck it in and lift the knees, hover. And placing the knees back down, turn the hands to face the front once again. And we're going to slowly lift up into our first downward dog. And, it is our first, so feel free to pedal through the feet and doing whatever little game you play just before we move into practice. And starting off with a little bit of stillness. So finding your downward dog, stretching through the arms, really planting through the hands, making sure the fingers are spread, and making sure also that we're pushing through the thumb and first finger as much as the other fingers. Taking just 2 more breaths here. You can always an option to keep the knees bent, just to allow the chest to be closer to the thighs. Staying for 1. And then gently bring the knees back down to the floor. Take your right knee out to the side and then just start to create circles, just moving one direction. We're just going to take 2 circles in one direction and 2 in the other direction. And then using an inhale, let's kick the leg out to the back, a little bit of an openness of the shoulders, slight tuck of the tailbone, flex the toes so they're pointing down, and then take that foot out to the left-hand side, toes touch the floor just off the mat. Push through the left hand and take the right hand up to the ceiling, stretch, become tall, and bring it back down to the floor, lift the right foot, reach through the back of the mat, and then we're going to bend through that knee, weight shifts to the right hand, and take that left hand and reach back. This may be where you're staying. If you can you reach for the ankle and then open out that left shoulder. Hold here for 2. 1, gently release the foot, left hand comes back down. Straighten the leg, point the toes, keep it as straight as you can as you take it all the way to the top of the mat, outside the right hand. And while we find lizard, your options are to keep the back knee on the floor, bring your right hand to the inner right thigh and just open out the hips. Option 2 is to keep both hands on the floor and lift the back knee. Maybe draw the forearms down to the floor if you're nice and open. Maybe coming again onto the blade of that right leg, right foot. Or option 3 is to keep the back knee down, reach around, bending through the left knee, grabbing the foot and opening out the hip. Whatever your option you chose, just spend 2 breaths there. And releasing wherever you are, coming back to your tabletop, taking that right foot back, knees down, both hands down. Just move the hips left and right. Moving to the other side, let's take the left knee out to the side. Again, 2 circles in one direction. It doesn't matter which way. And 2 in the other. And then use an inhale to kick that leg back, flex through the toes, pointing them down, openness of the shoulders, and a slight tilt of the pelvis. Hold, and then take it out to the side, to the right-hand side, toes meet the ground. Weight shifts to the right hand, and as we pull that left hand up to the ceiling, can you maybe follow it with your gaze? Slowly draw the left hand back down, kick the leg out to the back, point the toes. Straight leg as you take it all the way to the front. Land outside the left hand, and whatever option you chose on the right hand side, maybe trying to choose the same one here. So that third option I'm going to choose is that opening of that knee and shoulder, and also a little bit lengthening of the quad. Just hold for 2. 1, gently release, placing the foot down, sweep that left foot back to the back, and we're going to bend through the knee, reach the right hand back, and either reaching or grabbing the ankle and opening out the shoulder. Hold here for 2. 1, as you release, bring the hand and knee down to the floor. Just a circle with the shoulders around the hands. And moving in both directions. And then a lift of the knees to the edges of the mat, tops of the feet down, reach the hips back and find child's pose as we release. Make sure the forearms are released down to the mat as well, so we're trying to make it as restorative as possible. And just hold here for 2. For 1, slowly making your way back up and pushing up as you tuck your toes into a downward dog once again. Let's lift the right leg up to the ceiling.
And while we're here, can you bend through the knee, open the hip, maybe coming a little bit higher onto the left toes. Hold, make sure that the shoulders are nice and square, and then take that right knee to the right elbow touch. Take it across to the left elbow, and then take it back up to the ceiling. This time your hips stay square. Reach that leg all the way up, and then step it top of the mat between the hands. Keep the left hand planted, take the right hand to the ceiling, open twist. And then as you shift the weight onto the left hand, can you sweep that leg back all the way to a side plank, keeping the hips nice and raised. Hold here for 2. And 1, the right hand comes back down, with stepping that right foot all the way outside the right hand at the top of the mat. Bend slightly through that left knee and start to lengthen through the right leg, flexing through the right toes. So it's like a hovering half split. Pause here for 2. 1, you can always drop the knee if you need to. Coming back to your lizard, we're going to take that right foot, step it back, but hover it off the floor into a one-legged plank. Take a breath in. Halfway down, chaturanga, with your breath out. Drop the foot, open up to an upward dog, and downward dog with an exhale. Starting to lift the left leg up to the ceiling, and then bending through the knee, opening the hip. Make sure you're nice and high onto the right toes, and then journey that left knee to the left elbow. Touch the right, back up to the ceiling, keep the hips square, and step it forward, top of the mat. Right hand stays, take the left hand up, breath in, and then finding that side plank as we take the left foot on top of the right. Hold here for 2, make sure the hips nice and high. Hold for 1, left hand comes down, stepping the left foot outside the left hand, and then as we move the hips back, bend through that right knee. And stay here for 2. It's kind of awkward. Stay for 1, and the foot comes back down, floating plank. Hold for 1, breath in, down here for half with the breath out. Open up as the foot comes down, child's pose with the exhale, taking the knees wide. Trying to keep it a little bit more active on this round. Can we keep the elbows off the floor and come onto the pads of the fingers? And then start to walk the hands over to the right hand side. Hold here. Just breathe through the left side of the body. Make sure the shoulders are square. And then coming back through center, going over to the left hand side. Again, making sure that the shoulders are square. Come back to center. Drop the forearms down to the floor. Prayer hands, and take them behind the head as you release the shoulders a little bit lower, finding a stretch in the triceps. Hold here 2, and 1. As we release the hands down to the floor, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. Right foot reaches to the ceiling with a breath in, and as you exhale, can you step it forward between the hands? Crescent lunge. Let's lift both hands to the ceiling, pushing through that right foot. Palms meet, and as you exhale and draw the hands to the heart, can you hover that left knee off the floor? Reach the arms, straighten the leg, breath in. Once again, hands meet, heart center as you hover the knee. One more time, breath in, reach. And hands meet, come down to heart, hover the knee. Lean forward with the body, and then as you lift the left leg off the floor, find Dikasana, our aeroplane. Hold here for 2. 1, start to bend both knees to become a tiny little ball. And as I say in class, I don't want to see you become smaller, smaller, smaller. Keep the left knee in the chest, stork pose, taking both hands up to the ceiling. And then kick that left foot out front of the mat, in front of the room. Keep the toes flexed, and then sweep that left foot back, hands come back into prayer. Find your aeroplane once again. And I'm going to face away from you for a moment. As we drop that left foot to the back of the mat, hands come to hips. Turn to the left hand side, bend through the knees, find your goddess. With your inhale, can you open out the arms to cactus? And as you exhale, bring the forearms to meet in front of you. Twice more, inhale, open. And as you exhale, close. Last time, breath in, open. And as you exhale, close. Turn the left foot to the back of the mat, hands come back into prayer, heart center. As you turn the body, lean forward, lift the right leg off the floor, Dikasana. Become super small, and then take the right knee into the chest, stork pose. Kick the leg out, keep the toes flexed. Sweep it back, hands come back into prayer, Dikasana, and then step it to the back of the front of the mat. Hands come to hips, turn over to the right hand side, knees bent. One openness with cactus arms, and forearms come to close with the breath out. Turn the right foot to the front, hand back into prayer. Change as you lean forward, lifting the left foot off the floor. And this time, can we drop the hands down to the floor, standing split? Here we can find a few more options. You can choose to leave or release one hand off the floor to the back of that right ankle, or maybe two. Trying to draw the chest closer into the thighs. Hold here for two. Always an option to bring the hands down and maybe hop into a handstand. Stay for one. Bend through both knees. Bring the left knee to the back of the right calf. Maybe just give it a little bit of a massage. And then as the hands come down, step the left foot back to the back of the mat. Sweep the right foot back. Breath in, one-legged plank. And as you exhale, come halfway down. Open up, breath in, and breath out as you find downward dog. Moving to the other side, let's take the left foot to the ceiling with your breath in. And as you exhale, step it forward, top of the mat. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to open up and bend the knee. Now take that knee to the left elbow touch and touch the right. Back up to the ceiling, breath in, keep the legs straight, square hips. And as you exhale now, step it forward, top of the mat. Hands reach for the ceiling with your breath in, crescent lunge. Palms meet, hover the right knee as you breathe out. Hope you're getting as sweaty as I am. Straighten the back leg, reach the arms, breath in. There's no air in this room. Breath out as we bring the palms together. Drop the knee. One more time, breath in, straighten the back leg, reach the arms. Palms meet, and we hover the back knee. Then lean forward, lift the back leg, reach it up into Dikasana. Hold here for two. Hold for one. Super, super, super small, petite, 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 we become. And then right knee stays in the chest, stork pose, taking the hands to the ceiling. Kick that right leg out, and then sweep it all the way back. Hands come back into prayer, into the heart. Step the foot to the back of the mat. As we turn, hands come to the hips, bend through the knees, goddess. Open up the palm, open up the hands, cactus. And as you exhale, can you bring the forearms together? Twice more, breath in, open. And exhale, bring it in. For the last one, can you sit a little bit lower, breath in. And bending through, a bit more through the knees as you exhale. Turn the right foot to the back, hands come into prayer, Dikasana to the back of the mat. Lift the left foot and becoming super small, 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 small. Left knee into chest, dog pose, breath in. Kick that left foot out as you breathe out. Sweep it back, Dikasana. Step it to the back, hands come to hips as we turn to the left. One breath here as you open. And as you exhale, close. Turn to the back, Dikasana last time. Lifting the right foot. And standing split, taking the hands down to the floor. Here, whatever you chose the other side, maybe trying to mirror that. Keeping the chest as close into that left thigh as possible. Hold for two. Remember, an arm balance is always available here. Hold for one. Hands come down, step the right foot back. Sweep the left foot back to one-legged plank. Halfway down, chaturanga. Open up. And child's pose as you exhale. This time making it restorative. Trying to keep the forearms on the floor and the hips closer down towards the heels. Just staying for another 3. For 2. And 1. Now keep the chest low. Lift the left shoulder up. Thread the right arm under and through. So bringing the right shoulder down to the floor, right ear. And choose to stay there with the left hand, maybe come onto the pads of the fingers. Or an option to take it half bind, taking it around the back. Now note this is a little bit different from thread the needle because our hips are down towards the heels. I prefer this one so it doesn't give as much pressure onto the ear. Hold. Release the left hand back to the front, sweep that right arm out, take it to the front, come onto the pads, lift the right shoulder, thread the left arm through, bring the left shoulder, left ear down, and hold, maybe finding a half bind behind you. And as you release, the right hand reaches forward, left hand comes out. Walk the hands back in towards you, and then we're going to tuck the toes and lift up the hips, walking the hands back to the back of the mat. Toe heel the feet out to the edges, turn the feet out, heels in, and come down to sit in your yogic squat. The palms meet in front of you, and draw them in as close as you can to the heart. Hold here, or option to drop the right hand down, and as you inhale, take the left hand to the ceiling. Option to stay there or find a half bind or a full if it's within your practice. Hold here for 2. Hold for 1. Gently release. Swapping to the other side, so left hand comes down, right hand reaches, breath in. Half bind or full with your breath out. So wherever you are, making your choice. Hold here for 2. And 1, release. Now, option for a cheeky crow, bring the hands down out in front of you, bit wider than shoulder width, index fingers parallel, and as you bring your knees to the back of your elbows, chaturanga the arms, maybe 1 foot, maybe 2, and find your crow. Hold here for 2, and 1, gently release the feet down to the floor, lift the hips, bring your hands to your elbows to find ragdoll, and either stay in stillness or a slight sway from left to right. Release the hands down to the floor. Find a halfway lift breath in. And as you exhale, walk the hands forward towards the top of your mat. And then follow with the feet all the way up towards the hands. Feet are about hip width apart. Come onto the tippy toes and then just drop down to a seat sitting onto your heels. Move the knees forward, and maybe you can release the hands on top of the thighs and balance on your tippy toes. Hold here for 2, and 1. Slowly dropping the hands out behind you, dropping down to a seat and rolling onto your back, drawing the knees into the chest. You can stay here for a little moment, just breathing. Maybe a sway is within you, just to relax and release the lower spine. Just give it a bit of a massage. But eventually, we're going to release the knees, open them wide, grab the blades of the feet to find a happy baby. And again, either stillness or slight sway from left to right. Just make sure you're drawing the knees down on either side of the chest. Nice. Release the right leg down. Bring the left knee into the chest, interlacing the fingers behind that left shin. Keep drawing the knee all the way into that left armpit. Hold. And then eventually finding your supine twist, taking that knee over the right leg, taking the left hand out to the side. As you find your twist, make sure both shoulders are connected to the floor. And maybe choosing to turn the head to the opposite side of the knees, so over to the left-hand side, looking at your left hand. Hold. Come back to center, swap it around, taking the right knee into the chest, interlacing the fingers around the shin, stretching out the left leg. Hold here, trying to get that knee all the way into that right armpit, before eventually taking it over the left leg, finding your twist, taking the right arm out. And again, making sure both shoulders are connected. Hold here for 2. And 1. And as you slowly release, finding the soles of the feet together, bring your right hand to your lower belly and your left hand to your heart center. Finding our reclined butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe even shutting down the eyes as we tune into the breath moving in and out of the body. And we've just about reached the end of the flow, so you can now choose to stay as you are here. Otherwise, stretching out the legs to find your preferred Shavasana. Mine is with my legs out straight, feet flopping open, my arms are outside, palms facing the ceiling. My head is in a nice neutral position with my face turned up towards the ceiling. My eyes are closed and I'm trying to relax every part of my face, trying to keep a neutral facial feature. As you breathe in and out through the nose, can you feel the rise and fall of your belly? Maybe feeling that thump, thump, thump of your heart as it's beating into your chest. I'm going to leave you here for a minute or two. If you choose to end the video right now, please feel free to continue on your day. Otherwise, stay with me here to the end, just allowing yourself a bit of rest before we continue. Let's take another deep breath in and out through the nose. And as the body settles, starting to bring some movement into the fingers, curling them in and out, moving the toes from side to side, curling them in and out. And then turning the head gently from side to side, just to open out the spine. Eventually taking a stretch with the arms, and drawing the knees into the chest. And that's going to help us come into a seat. So allow them to drop them down, allow them to drop to one side. And as you curl over onto one side, allowing that, using momentum to draw yourselves all the way up into a seat, hopefully with the eyes closed. Bring your palms together to meet in front of your heart center. A slight bow of the head, just in reverence to your practice. Straight spine, relaxed shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it out. Merci beaucoup for practicing with me this morning. Hope you enjoyed this super short flow and were able to fit it into your busy schedule. Have a beautiful day if it's at the start or at the end. Hope you had a great, fantastic day. Namaste.